Matthew is still a Category 3 hurricane with winds of 120 miles per hour, and it's currently brushing the east coast of Florida. The latest track from the National Hurricane Center has shifted a little bit closer to the South Carolina coast and a little bit farther north, closer to the Myrtle Beach area as well, so that's some cause for concern. The storm will start working up toward the South Carolina coast tonight. It's expected to move just along, potentially even making landfall somewhere along the South Carolina coast sometime during the day tomorrow, and then start moving away later tomorrow night. So given this track, we have significant concerns in terms of impacts to the state. I think one of the greatest impacts would be the threat for storm surge. Right now, we're looking at the potential for disastrous and life-threatening storm surge inundation along the coast. It's especially true for the central and southern part of the coast, down, across Charleston, down near Beaufort. In a worst-case scenario, if this storm makes landfall, storm surge inundation, so that's how high the water will get above normally dry ground, could be over 8 feet. That is a lot of water. The storm surge is not going to just be at the coast. The storm surge can extend miles inland. So it doesn't matter that you don't have a beachfront home. You could be impacted by the storm surge well inland. You need to be aware of that. In addition, we expect significant damage to coastal structures due to the combination of very high inundation, battering waves, and high tides. Some of the more vulnerable areas, we have Defusky Island, Hilton Head Island, Hunting Island, Folly Beach, Wild Dunes, Edisto Beach. Even places like Daniel Island could all be impacted by the storm surge. Roads in and out of barrier islands will become impassable due to the surge. If you don't evacuate now, you will likely become stranded. In addition to the surge threat, heavy rainfall is going to be an issue. For coastal areas, as much as 8 to 14 inches of rainfall is expected, and even as you head in toward the Midlands, we still could see 3 to 6 inches of rain. Because of that, a flash flood watch is in effect, pretty much from Rock Hill down through Aiken and all points east of there. So heavy rainfall is another concern for us that could result in flash flooding. You take a place like downtown Charleston, where you have not only the storm surge coming in, and now you have that heavy rainfall, and we're looking at the potential for deadly flooding on the Charleston Peninsula. We also want to mention the threat of winds. Now with this closer track, we could see sustained hurricane-force winds along the coast. That's going to bring extensive damage to trees. We'll see some structural damage to homes. In addition, even if you live inland, the stronger winds will pose issues to trees, but also to people living in mobile homes, so please be aware of that. And given those strong winds and the likely damage that's to occur, we should expect widespread and potentially long-lasting power outages. So again, we just urge you, if you're in an evacuation zone and have not evacuated, now is the time to do so, and we please urge you to move inland if you can. Thank you.
So you've now heard what we discussed this morning, which is the storm, as we hoped it would relieve a little bit of the situation. I think we are seeing that it is getting worse, and so we are looking at major storm surges. We're looking at major winds. We are looking at wet grounds, which could be flood-like, like what we saw last year. And when you have that, you have a lot of falling trees. So there is nothing safe about what's getting ready to happen. This is the last time you will hear my voice when I am asking you to evacuate. We need everybody to consider evacuating and really take this very seriously. I want to tell you some updates on what we've got going on. As of 9:20, Director Smith and his team closed access to the reverted roads, and so you'll start to see the lanes of I-26 return to normal around midday. They are still going to be manning the traffic points until it gets dangerous, and then at some point we're going to have to get all of our first responders and crews off the road so that they can seek shelter as well. We have 712 troopers on the road, 2,700 DOT maintenance crew members that are ready to go, thousands of guardsmen that are on the ground but also getting ready to be deployed during the search and rescue situation. The number who have evacuated as
we are listening into Governor Nikki Haley, South Carolina, after an update on Hurricane Matthew now puts Charleston, South Carolina in a perilous situation. Dylan is standing by to talk more about this update and also, again, this plea for an evacuation now of South Carolina. The governor saying there, Dylan, this is the last update that people will hear from her regarding this evacuation. Time is out.